So you hear what I did there? You see that?
Yes, yes.
Season sides. Ugh. I'm hilarious. I'm sorry, what was I talking about? I don't know. Pistol round coming up here. We're live. Elevate starting on this terrorist side. What do you think? Do you think they're gonna rush A? You think they're gonna rush A?
Elevate.
Make the prediction. You have 13 seconds.
I'm gonna go with they're gonna send 2 out mid, 2 down lower to upper A, and that's gonna be their take. That or they're gonna run B.
That's ridiculous. I think
Or
somebody's
they're
gonna
gonna run
fake
B.
mid. I think they're gonna walk a bunch upper A.
They could just run B. No.
Alright,
no.
I said mid, but they are going upper A. I am a genius, and I am always right. Going straight to vents, that counts as mid. That counts as mid. That's XP3 there in vents, as virtually everyone else is going A halls. And we're gonna see 2-man stacked here at the unicorn. Oh my gosh, Desi gets spotted where the game is on, gentlemen. Picking up 1 is Desi on the Tariq. Picking up 2 is Desi on the Haze. And so far, that 1v1 Desi versus Tariq. Desi 1, Tariq 0. 3v5 is the retake coming in from NetcodeGuides. And another kill from Desi. Can he get the ace? We're gonna see here now as both are coming up catwalk. Is FNS and JDM in a 2v4 situation. 1 taps galore. You need to see him here. As Elevate is set up in ample positions. Picking up 1 is TM, and the final kill falls to TM. That is a huge round for Elevate as they pick up the pistol round on Terror side.
Yeah, and they really just got that one because they just walked up A, like you said, and they just exploded out. They got the first kill, and they were just able to explode out as a team. And those two, and the CT starting pistols just don't have that kind of firepower against the Glock up close, so they just ended up getting rolled over there, and it was just the site was theirs for the taking because Netcode only had 2 up there. But here we go, we're going into the first anti-eco for Elevate, and they're going to be sending a whole bunch of players down into lower A, as it is a mid-push coming in from NetcodeGuides. They have 4 players there. 1 player is going to be coming up cat, and they have 1 player hanging out at B, which is going to be Cutler. And those players are already pushed out through that smoke in mid, and they're going to send 1 player around and flank B and see if they're over there. The other players are going to be hanging out in mid, but they're going to find that the terrorist side is already in upper here real shortly, as here come Elevate moving into horseshoe. They're going to take fire. They're going to get 1 player. Desi's going to get another kill, and he's going to take out FNS trying to come out of J. He's going to get fragged out, and there goes TM picking up his 3rd kill of the game. And now we just have 3 more players to deal with. 3v5 once again. JDM's trying to get into upper A. He's going to get taken down by Desi just with some monster kills. XP3 does get dinged by the player getting up cat, which was Tariq, but he was not able to get taken down. He was able to survive, and that last player is going to be Cutler. He's going to be hanging out at the end of upper A, towards the CT spawn, hoping that those terrorists will rotate towards him, but it's probably not going to bode well. I don't think he's going to be able to get a gun out of it. He does have 2 players coming towards him, though, so we'll see how this ends up panning out for him. It's right as he looks the other way. Here comes the 1 player through. He's going to get 1. He's going to get taken down. So far, really solid Counter-Strike from Elevate.
I am yawning not from lack of excitement, though. Tell you what, when you're on counter-terrorist side and you come up and you push mid like that, you either gain all the information in the world because you hear misstep A halls, or you get absolutely nothing. And so you saw that mid push, and then suddenly they were scrambling to get back to bomb sites because they knew no one was there. It was a little bit of a gamble, but they picked up no kills on their eco. So that's a tough spot for NetcodeGuides. You see P250's on only 2 players right now. Elevate doing as a good team should, walking into a B stack. So we're going to see here whether or not NetcodeGuides can pick up any frags, as there are 3 more counter-terrorists here waiting. 2 more. Warden opening with 2. Cutler, it's all up to you, my friend, as he gets dropped by XP3, and this is going to be a quick round win for Elevate, as they have all 5 members, no damage taken as of yet. That is something that probably is one of your favorite, most warm and fuzzy feelings about your team's map, when you can walk on an anti-eco into a B stack and escape with 0 damage done to any players. Yep, that's a true statement. 0 damage. Incredible. FNS here just gonna look to hopefully. Nope. It's gonna say try and pick up a kill here, and he gets none. And Desi gets blown up by the bomb. Desi, wake up, brother. Where were you?
He was getting blown up by the bomb.
I suppose. I don't know why. He
does have a lot of money, so I mean, maybe he felt he could do it, or maybe he was just too distracted by trying to get that last kill. He's like, I gotta get my 8th kill of the game. I gotta get it. But like you said, it was just a really good walk up there into B. And we are going to see the first gun round coming in. We're going to see an AWP in the hands of JDM. And there's not going to be an AWP on the terrorist side just yet. We are going to have 4 rifles, and then 1 Galil, which is the lesser of the 2 rifles that you can get as a terrorist. You commonly get, you know. As we are going to see 1 player with the bomb over towards B. That's going to be Storm hanging out. He does have FNS to deal with, but FNS just spamming through the smoke. The rest of his team is going to be spread out. 1 player pushed up really aggressively towards Cat, and that's going to be Hayes. Cutler is going to pick up the first kill on Desi. TM does trade onto the Opto, taking on that Op over towards upper A. And it's going to be TM down to 15 HP, so he did get legged by that Op. And it is now a 4-on-4 situation. And I think we're at a pause.
Everyone is frozen.
Looks like we paused, man. RIP the dream. RIP Counter-Strike.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, how about we talk about, I don't know. I'm not a fun person. I don't have a cool personality.
That was literally the worst thing you could ever say to me. Don't ever have confidence, man. You're really interesting. You're fun. You're cute. You're funny. What? Hello?
No.
Seriously, chat. Entertain us now. This is the first gun round, and you know, as he was saying, we got some kills going on. We are pretty much spread out by the terrorist side. 1 at upper A, bombs outside of B. You got 2 guys in T-spawn still. Curious to know what NetcodeGuides is going to think, as they already have mid control. They have a bomb site on lock. They probably know the bomb's somewhere over near B, but I gotta be honest, this is probably as crucial as it gets for eLevate to claim this first gun round.
Yeah, they definitely need to get, so they can get a lot of rounds in their favor on that terrorist side. Do you have a second monitor?
I do.
Chance? Do you have the stream open on the second monitor?
I do.
Okay.
What is the cameraman doing?
I don't know, man.
I love it.
it's okay. He's
Storm
entertaining the audience.
Yeah. Storm is getting a full facial recognition software scan from this cameraman. And, oh, look. FNS getting a nice crotch shot, and that's a... Okay. The stream's delayed, so I'm like narrating this as I see it, which is going to be even more delayed, so people are just going to be very confused, and I'm going to stop doing that immediately.
That's not FNS, that's freaking someone else.
Well, the cameraman is... That's a cool masterpiece skin, though. I've never had one of those.
I had one of the M4 Knight, whatever one. I had that one drop off one of those stupid contracts, you know, that you get.
What? M4 Knight?
Yeah,
the
it's
K-N-I-G-H-T?
Oh, we're back into the game here.
Oh, look at that.
Oh my goodness, we are going to see 3 players working over towards B. We'll talk about that Knight later, but it does start with a K. We are going to have 3 players working over towards B. There's only going to be 1 player to defend. That's going to be FNS. He's going to be underneath in the little pit area. What used to be a little pit, now it's just kind of like a little boiler spot. He's going to be hanging out there. With that silence M4, he's going to run into 3 players sooner rather than later, but it looks like they are just hanging out waiting, and I believe they're probably going to have TM throw an A-fake, as TM gets an A-fake thrown right back into his face, as Cutler is able to pick up the kill. Here comes the push coming in from eLevate. They're going to have 1 player to deal with. That's going to be FNS. The fire's coming in, and he's going to get taken down by Warden. There's going to be 1 player in CT trying to pick up the kills. That's going to be Tark. He's not going to get anything going for him. As the rotate is on from the counter-terrorist, the bomb is in, and the bomb is planted. And the terrorists are going to have 1 player playing underneath, 1 player rotating back to CT, and that last player, which is going to be XP3. It should be not CT, but rotating back down to lower B. That last player is going to be XP3 up and upper. As it is a 3 versus 3 retake, let's see what the CTs do. As here comes in some fire in upper, XP3 is going to take out Tark, but he's immediately going to get traded by Cutler. Storm able to take out Cutler though, and Hayes is able to trade that one straight back on Warden. And now it's Storm versus Warden. Last 2 left up, and Hayes picks up the kill, but he doesn't have the time. He's going to have to run away, and he's surely going to die to the bomb at that distance.
Is the game frozen again?
And I feel like we're at another pause, man.
Well, close round, great effort from Hayes. You know, it's like that Inch's speech, half step too short or too early, you don't quite make it, and that's exactly what happened right there, as he got that final kill, essentially won the 1v1, but knew immediately there was no way he was going to be walking away from this bomb site alive. So he was unable to get the defuse, and we're back now, but Big round for eLevate, taking that and holding on to it for dear life and eventually winning the round. So NetcodeGuides here on their first real eco after losing the first gun round. And so they're going to be up against 5 fully tricked out terrorists. And this is actually the second anti-eco for eLevate. So we're going to see whether or not Netcode can... Well, they're all just kind of hanging out in spawn. I guess that was the end of the pause. And they're pretty much going to show us more of the same as they're spreading out initially, but ultimately going to stick together in A halls as it looks like Desi is going to hang out at the A stairs and basically just check through that crack in the smoke, see what he can see. And we're going to see whether or not, you know, like I said, first full real eco. They have 5.7s, they have P250s in every single person's hand by NetcodeGuides. And they have 2 guys watching that upper A. Action is about to commence, gentlemen. Hazed, about to see Warden. Kills exchanged as Cutler and JDM exchange Warden. And suddenly we have a 3-man situation on 3-man situation. Desi picking up 1, maybe 2 on the middle area. And yeah, takes down Cutler, so... all up to FNS here at Upper A, not looking too good. Standard eco round from NetcodeGuides. We're able to take 2 guys down. Hopefully, we're, you know, they know what. Hopefully, they know what eLevate's doing, which is basically just sending all 5 guys one area and make sure they don't get traded on. So, solid effort from NetcodeGuides. However, probably going to need to stack a site next time they run into that. We're going to have a full buy coming in now from NetcodeGuides.
Yeah, and eLevate got real lucky that they were a man down off the beginning of the round just due to XP3 dropping. He dropped out of the server right at the beginning of the round, and luckily they're going against an anti-eco, or against an eco, so they didn't have a whole bunch of guns to deal with it, but that could have been real bad. As TM's going to pick up the first kill of the round, and there's a trade coming in from Color on Desi, but already the damage has been done as Hayes is out for the round. And that kill came over towards that middle area. Unfortunately for Hayes, he wasn't able to make anything of it. And they're going to have 3 players kind of hanging out towards A. You got the 2 in the site, and we got 1 player hanging out in that middle connector just outside of J, looking over towards the jail side, as the bomb is going to be over towards B with 1 player, which is going to be Tarek hanging out, trying to hold on to that if it comes into play. JDM is going to pick up the op kill on XP3, so he wasn't in the server the round before, and now he's dead once again, having to spectate his team. But here comes the B push coming in from the 2 of the 3 remaining players from eLevate. They're going to be walking up here, Storm with his teammate over there, which is going to be Warden, the 2 old guys of the team. And they're going to come in, and Storm's going to pick up the kill on Tarek. Tarek not able to hold that site at all, and his entire team is on the complete opposite side of the map. They're going to have to fly over here, and Team's going to pick up one of them rotating through middle, and now it's going to be on JDM and Cutler to try and pick it up, and it's not going to be boding well in their favor so far, as the team has already scooted his butt out of there and is already at lower T side of B, ready to hold on to the site. But 1 player is going to be inside already. That's going to be JDM. He's going to see player underneath, and he's going to get the amazing op shot as TM trades him, though. And it's all on Cutler, and Cutler's going to go for it, but he's going to get naded by TM. But wow, what an op shot when he came in there. Just flicked up and got the guy underneath. And oh, man.
I gotta be honest, like, the story of that round probably was like the retake, JDM's op shot, things like that, but TM having a steadfast hold at that lower B area, and in the middle at the beginning of the round picking up the rotators. Excellent play from eLevate across the board. Storm and Warden taken into the site while they were man down. It's always tough leaving only 1 guy at a bomb site because you never really know where the terrorists are on this map if you're not getting information from anywhere else. So, stuck in a rock and a hard place was not the B player, as we have another B push here from eLevate. XP3 leading with that op. This is called a contact rush, and it's on now as XP3 picks up 1. They don't know Tarek's there. Tarek even comes out and then taken down himself, as now it's a 4v3. NetcodeGuides in the retake. We're going to see whether or not they can do it here as JDM gets dropped as well. It is not going to happen. Netcodes, please save your guns. Oh, as Desi takes down Hazed. That is not what you want to lose. That going to a 2nd or 3rd gun round, you're on your bonus, so you can force. But you don't want to consecutively lose these rounds because now their money's bad and they're losing gun rounds. So it's 7-0 in favor of eLevate. What do you think, man?
I think at this point it's going to take they're going to have to win a round, and they're going to have to immediately win the round after that, because if they just win a round off a fluke, it's not going to happen. They're just going to be broke, and they're just going to probably end up losing out the half. But right now, they are in a very tough position. They are going to eco to get some money back on their side, so they're okay with giving up at least one more round, but right now they are going downhill really, really fast, and it could not. They're not in a good position. And fortunately, this is kind of a terrorist. It can go either way, but it can definitely be a terrorist-sided map depending on the team that you're playing for sure. But I think more times than not, it leans towards the terrorist side, as it is very difficult to rotate off and defend that site, just because of how big the map is. As it looks like they're going to throw a little bit of a fake a little bit. I'm not really sure. They went up there and shot, and then they fell all back, and now they're just kind of hanging out in the same area. But they are going to have 3 players stacked over in the A site. The other 2 players over at B are already pushed up. Hayes is going to be in vent. JDM is pushing towards the terrorists to spawn. And they're going to have 2 players. Tarek is going to be stacked up towards upper, and FNS is going to be right behind him. And then 1 more player in sight. That's going to be Cutler. And it looks like 2 players are going to be walking out mid, and Hayes is in a position to where he can get out and possibly do some damage behind these players, the catwalk, really quickly, excuse me. As the argument coming into the A side, here comes the take from eLevate. They're going to have a couple players to deal with. Cutler gets the first kill, but 2 players immediately getting traded. All the players going down. The quick flank was gone as well, and now it's just 1 player left. That's going to be JDM. He's coming on the long, slow upper take, coming up the stairs. He's going to run into 1 player. That's going to be TM right around the corner here real in a second, and he's going to get taken down, and it's going to be 8-0, and just a really kind of standard eco or anti-eco for eLevate.
Alright, so chat was asking for halftime predictions. Let me tell you this. If NetcodeGuides does not win this round, 14-1 eLevate. I kind of figured going into this match, eLevate was probably the favorite. Odds probably just didn't support them. However, I'll be honest, I didn't think they would lose the first, what was it, 3 gun rounds so far? So here's a chance now. A little bit different show from eLevate. You know, they're making sure that they hear TM at upper 8. Looks like he might be throwing a fake as they're approaching a B rush. JDM missing an op shot. I gotta be honest with you, man. This is they're about to get faked out hardcore as the Tarek. He is able to get one. He's holding on one op. TM does pick up 1 over at B bomb site. Tarek picking up 1 more. This is huge. If Tarek can get a 3rd with that bomb down. He cannot. Desi picks 1 up, XP3 picks up another, and now it's a 3v2, 2v2 as Desi gets dropped by Hayes. The bomb is now down to the B site. Hayes has full control of it. He knows there's at least 1 terrorist in front of him. XP3 with a huge op kill onto Hayes. So now you have Cutler stranded at jail, bomb down in front of him. XP3 knows he's there. TM's about to pounce on this guy. But a team flash saves Cutler's life. TM is probably pretty frustrated. But he is going to get dropped by TM, and now it is 9-0 in favor of eLevate. Tarek going huge that round.
Yeah, he was able to get the kills, but he was able to get like the 2 to hold the site, but there was no real support after that. Hayes was able to pick up 1, but other players being lost on the other side of the map, specifically JDM not being able to connect to that op shot with TM, who ended up being the guy who flanked through and putting the round in favor of eLevate and able to win that round. But they are going to come out with a force here, and right now it is not looking good for NetcodeGuides, as 1 player's going to be peeking mid. They're going to have a player pressuring up cat fast. That's going to be Cutler. He's going to see the player coming up middle. He's not going to take a shot, but it is going to be an upper A push. But I'm going to go ahead and throw out my prediction. I'm feeling a 14-1, maybe a 13-2. But I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go 1 more. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a 15-0 half. Oh, and there's gonna be a kill coming from Cutler. Another one from Hayes. And I feel like I just gave eLevate. I gave him the caster's curse. Desi's gonna come. He's gonna pick up 1. He's not gonna pick up another one. It's gonna be TM and XP3. Gonna be coming in, and that was my plan all along. Was the caster curse it? As Tarek's gonna pick up XP3, and it's gonna be on TM all by himself, trying to spam someone on Cat there, I guess. But that was the plan, was to jinx eLevate.
Well, now we got a real barn burner on our hands. We're looking at 9-1 if TM saves this AK. Critical round there, and the reason I was saying 14-1 was this next buy, if you hit tab, you're looking at a huge money disparity. TM's locked that at 16K. NetcodeGuides, the most wealthy individual is Cutler with $600 remaining. JDM has 0. Alright, Tarek picking up that kill into TM. He doesn't really care. So you're looking at a force buy across the board. You know, JDM's probably gonna get an op drop to him. Yes, he does. And Tarek can probably rebuy a rifle. There it is. So right now we're sitting at another force buy from NetcodeGuides. And eLevate is pretty much flush. So the next 2 rounds they can afford to lose, and NetcodeGuides has not looked very steadfast in their gun rounds. So we have, you know, another split coming up here. 2 guys heading along A, 3 guys at middle. They're probably just going to wait. NetcodeGuides has chosen to play aggro cat, so they have 1 up at door, and they have 1 pushed up to the corner there at tires. So advantageous positions for NetcodeGuides. They're kind of reading this pretty well. But Cutler over at Upper A is there to take down Storm, the bomb carrier, and TM knows he's there, is able to trade the kill. So now we have a 4-on-4. They know they're aggro cat, and they have all 3 A players rotated. Well, I guess one's at office. So you're looking at 3 people there to handle any sort of A push. But Desi takes down Hayes, who's over peeking. And suddenly this is looking like eLevate's round, as there's only FNS there remaining at A to make a solid hold, and he gets taken down by TM. TM, the bomb carrier, running that quickly up Upper A, and great match from him so far, but they are now taking the site, and this is starting to look like 10-1 eLevate, and I would suggest, if you can't get 1 more kill, Tarek, go save that gun, because you're going to need it for the rest of the half. Warden planting in the fire. What are you doing? Desi running in the fire too. Maybe they're trying to let them win rounds? I don't know what that was. Can you explain that to me? I have no idea.
I'm not even sure.
Warden and Desi both sacrificing themselves, trying to be heroes, but not firefighters, I'm afraid. JDM's gonna get the kill, and now XP3, with his CZ out, is in a 1-on-2 when it should be 4v1 right now. No words. As Tarek picks up the knife kill on the XP3. I don't know. I got nothing.
My head hurts.
That's like Caster's curse, and then cursing themselves. Warden, I'm sorry. I love you. I really do. But just wait, man. Clock wasn't ticking. You were all right. You would have been fine.
I'm not even sure what to say about that. But we are going to see the second round go in favor of NetcodeGuides, and they are starting to pull it a little bit back in their favor right now. Trying to get a little more money on their side. They got a little bit of a bank built up on Tarek, but not much anywhere else, just due to all the players that they have lost. But after this round, it's going to be a TM with the most money over on the terrorist side. So kind of getting a little low for eLevate. If they lose a couple more, they're going to be forced onto an eco here, and that's not going to bode well for them at all, as we are going to have 2 players pushed up aggressively towards B, which is not anywhere near any of the terrorists, as they're going to have 3 players working that little middle area, and the other 2 are going to be working up towards A in that subway area. And they're going to have 1 player. It's going to be Hayes. He's going to run to a player before too long. He's going to pick up the kill without taking any damage. He's just going to fall back off, flash his way out, and he's already got the opening frag for NetcodeGuides in the round. So they're already working at getting themselves back into this game, right, into this round, as they've already got 1 kill in their favor. The other team, which is going to be eLevate, are all going to be stacked up towards Cat. 1 player still lower with the bomb, as XP3 is leading with that op. He's not going to see anyone in upper. He's not going to see anyone inside. He's going to throw that smoke towards upper, and his teammate's going to throw a smoke that's going to go ahead and smoke off Jay, as there's Cutler picking up a kill. He's going to be behind the box, but Desi's able to trade on him. Desi trying to find that player up by Horseshoe, and it's going to be Hayes picking up 2 more massive kills. Taking it down to Desi, last one by himself. He's going to take out Tarek. He's got that player with Horseshoe still to deal with. He's got 72 points of health to try and deal with 3 players right now and go clutch mode with 10 seconds left. He doesn't have the bomb, and he is in a really bad situation right now. He's going to try and find the 1, and he's not going to get JDM, and that's going to be 3 rounds for NetcodeGuides, and that's going to be really going in their favor now.
Lex with the horrible predictions. Anyway, excellent round there from NetcodeGuides. Hayes, okay, sometimes you just gotta push, and that's what that is at Upper A. Especially one of those unknowns. You can't really gain any information if they're not making noise. Terrorists, that is, at Upper A. So Hayes chose to push, got that kill on TM, and suddenly the A-Hall's presence for eLevate was gone, and they could focus all their attention on mid and cat. And Hayes was able to pick up a nice set of kills there, ultimately forcing Desi into a clutch situation, and he could not overcome the 1v3. Excellent play from NetcodeGuides so far. Basically what they're doing is they're just rotating JDMs up, pushing B, holding on to what they can, and then reorganizing and and taking different parts of the map back. So NetcodeGuides pushed up at B here. The bomb will be outside of B. The terrorists looks like they're just hanging out at mid, waiting for the smokes to cool off. And they're taking mid now. Probably just going to work up a mid to B here.
Yeah, I'm thinking they're probably going to go through jail and then just do a pinch over there.
And the full rotate from FNS, it's on. So he's heading back through CT spawn. It looks like the jig is up. They know it's coming. He's going to pick up the jail, and they're able to leave. Well, JDM misses. Nope, gets the off shot on a storm. And, you know, the rotate has happened, and it looks like they might just head for office and cat instead. So coming up cat here is XP3. Let's see if he can get an entry kill for his team. And he is off on the A-bomb site. He gets taken out by Hayes, however, who's having an amazing game, picking up a second one on the Warden. And suddenly that 2 men at the A-bomb site is looking a lot more difficult to conquer as TM finally takes out Hayes, but he's in a 1v4 himself. Almost picks up 2 kills there on FNS and Tarek.
He needs to die.
But 1 second. Yeah, you either die or you don't. And he chose not to. Let's see if he lives. Lucky for him, he lives. So this is difficult for the terrorists now because they can still buy here. But do they? I mean, you already have 4 rounds in a row for the counter-terrorists. Your money is almost depleted. They've chosen to buy. It looks like... Yes, they've chosen to buy. So this is make or break for them right now. This is either going to be a 9-6 half or it's going to be an 11-4. So they need to... This is probably the most important round of the entire game so far. Aside from the next pistol round. And it really is a lot riding on it. Only 2 rounds, but those 2 rounds can make such a big difference.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's their turn to adjust after it took 9 rounds for NetcodeGuides to figure out how to conquer this eLevate side. It's their turn to adjust and try and make something happen. Tarek's going to pick up a pistol kill. Hayes is going to be there to trade. Tarek's going to get another with the op, and now TM is by himself. He's going to get the op, though, as Tarek is playing a little too aggressive. He might have just wanted to hold that angle, as it now it's going to be a 3-on-2. And they're gonna be on the defense now for eLevate, as they're gonna have one player coming from upper. That's gonna be XP3 picking up the kill on FNS. Reluct, which is AKA Cutler, is gonna be coming in from J. That other player, JDM, is gonna be coming up cap with the op in hand. He's gonna be flashing in. He's gonna be peeking that with an op. Let's see what he can do. He sees his teammate. The bomb's being planted up before the horseshoe area. They're gonna throw a smoke down as Reluct is gonna be down, and he's not gonna get the op shot. JDM not able to connect. He's gonna push through, try and get the CZ kill. He does get the CZ kill. Can he get the next one? His teammate's gonna be on the bomb, and XP3 is running out of time. He's got swing in the kill.
What?
What? Just wow.
Huge defuse from Cutler. I don't even... They got the bomb down so they can buy again. That's awesome. They also took 5 weapons out of the hands of the CTs. But that might be the story of this match, is that defuse right there. That's fun to watch, but so hard for XP3, who had a 3K on the round. Just not a nick of time defuse from Cutler, as Warden takes up mid here quick, drops 1 shot onto Hayes and moves on to Cat. That molly lands perfectly though, as it stops his teammates from trading. Desi does come up though, so we have 3 F Cat already, 2 at A halls, and we are looking at a 4-on-4 situation with only 1 man in the A bomb site, and it's Hayes picking up 2 for himself. That man is a machine right now. And we have JDM running through CT spawn as desperately as he can to help out FNS at Cat. No bomb plant yet. Bomb is there on Storm. Storm almost taking down FNS. There goes the bomb plant as TM gets a huge kill on JDM. He is an amazing half at 20 kills, 5 deaths. Dude is absolutely insane, and we're going to see whether or not he can end it here as FNS with 10 HP on the bomb site. Can he get another 1v2? Another 1v2? Oh, 1v2. And TM does get dropped in a 1v1 with Storm now. He knows he's at the horseshoe area, but Storm's going to pick up the kill on FNS, and that's a 10-5 scoreline for eLevate. Not a bad job by NetcodeGuides, but my HLTV just dropped. Did it drop for you too?
Yep.
Rad. Cool.
Hooray, Counter-Strike.
Instantly able to get back in though. Alright, so 10-5 half. This is going to be a critical pistol round because, you know, NetcodeGuide loses. That's pretty much a game, set, match.
Yeah. I'm still in awe. I'm still in awe of that defuse. Cutler defused the bomb with 7 HP. he was able to get it, and it was just like a split second. So I mean, it is gonna be a show of the pistol round. If NetcodeGuides can get this, it's gonna be a lot closer. But I don't think they're gonna lose the match if they lose the pistol round. Granted, it's gonna put it to a 13-5 scoreline, but we need to see how NetcodeGuides plays on T side with weapons. If they're as good as eLevate was for the first 9 rounds, then we could certainly have a really good match going on here. So I think pistol round is extremely important, but I don't think it's all over for them if they don't win it. With that being said, we're going to have everyone readied up and ready to go. Teams switching side. We're going to have eLevate over on the CT side now, and NetcodeGuides rolling over to the T side. And it looks like it's going to be a straight-up B push, just players sprinting towards B right now. And we'll see what they do is they're going to slow down and take it for a little bit of a walk. They're going to have 2 players playing upper for the counter-terrorist side. That's going to be TM and Storm hanging out there, as they're going to have 5 players to contest with here real shortly. FNS is about to run into both of them right when he comes around this corner. He's going to find one. TM's going to get the first kill. Storm's going to go down, and both players over at the B side are going to get taken out. And here comes the take from the terrorist side. Bomb's going to be going down. Cutler's going to be throwing the plant down. He's got 3 players to deal with to try and retake. Desi's going to be already plowing in on the flank. XP3 is able to pick up one with the pistol kill. He's got his teammate Warren working up through upper, and it looks like Desi's going to pick up one player on the flank. So now it's the man advantage is in favor of eLevate, and they might be able to get this retake if they're able to play it real well. As one of the players is going to be hiding over in the corner. That's going to be Hayes, and he's not going to get it, and it looks like they're going to have time for the defuse as they don't have a kit. So I believe they have enough time. Yeah, it looks like they got enough time. Do they? Yeah, they got enough time. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Sometimes,
Absolutely massive round. Seriously though, like I was saying in the last match, was that counter-terrorist side on this map, easy to retake, and it's tough as terrorists to hold these bomb sites. There's always these entry points. You never really know where the counter-terrorists are coming from. But honestly, going to that round, they had, what was it, a 4-on-3? I did not see eLevate retaking that bomb site, and they did with beauty and grace. So now we're here with a 4-man B take, sorry, 5-man B take on their eco round as NetcodeGuides. And they, am I seeing this incorrectly? They have a Galil and an AK-47 on 2 different players, and a CZ armor from JDM. I don't know how I was about to go through that round without noticing that. So that's a partial buy, and Tarek opens up on the Storm. TM gets dropped by Hayes, so now it's a 4-on-3. Oh no, this is a disaster, as XP3 just sprayed through the smoke and picked up 2 huge kills. Hayes with 2 HP, FNS pretty much all up to him. Doesn't even get the plant down. XP3, incredible 4K. That was like, worst case scenario for the CTs was losing Storm in the opening seconds of that round. And then the best case scenario is holding mouse 1 through a smoke and killing 2 people that are low on HP. So great play from XP3 there. Even better play from the eLevate team as a whole. Picked up that second round. And now, NetcodeGuides, sorry to say it, but you're broke. Didn't even get the bomb down. So this is not looking good for NetcodeGuides.
Yeah, I did not agree with what they did that round at all. I mean, yeah, they lost the pistol round, but they did have money and they could have full bought the round after that. So they are going to be on a full eco now with just a few pistols. As Desi's going to pick up 1, Desi's going to pick up 2. He's got 1 more player to contest, and that's going to be Tarek picking up the kill. And now it's going to be XP3 getting the molly on Tarek, and now it's down to Cutler and FNS, and they're just going to have a Glock and a dream for Cutler. He's going to see the gun, he's not going to be able to get to the gun, and he's surely going to get shot. And he is going to get shot, and that's going to be that for that round. And it's going to be 13-5 in favor of eLevate.
That feels good as a CT, you know, just completely dominating an eco round. So 13-5 here. We have a full buy from NetcodeGuides. You lose here, you're pretty much saving for the tie. So at this point, you got to make something happen. I hope whoever's calling for NetcodeGuides, I'm actually not sure who that is. I should know that, but I don't. Needs to make a correct decision here as eLevate with a mid retake, taking up 2 kills. Warden's gonna drop here in a moment. I would hope. Okay, yeah, Hayes taking him out, so now it's a 2v3. TM in a position to do some damage, but man, what a call. That is exactly what you need to have happen, is just, depending on the breaks, getting your kills, trading up where you can, and now TM's dropped. So Storm in a 1v3. He's over at A. They're going B. That's just how it is.
He definitely has a shot at retaking this. There's a lot of low HP. There's 2 low HP players that are definitely one bullet that he can definitely take them out. I'm just going to keep saying definitely. Like, indefinitely going to say definitely.
Alright. Definitely, literally, etc., etc.
Etc. Yeah, that's pretty much how it's going to be going. But it's definitely, here I go again, he has a chance at retaking it. He has an AK in hand, so he's got a shot, but he is at the wrong bomb site right now. And he realizes that, and he realizes there's not a lot of time left, and he's going to go for the retake coming from the jail area. And the other team is not into sight yet. They do have a couple players pushed across upper. They are going to get in some good, solid positions, but the bomb planner is going to be a 6 HP player. He's not going to be able to pick it up, or at least a kill off the bat. The only player who is full HP that he's going to be going against is going to be Cutler, who's pushed across into CT side upper. Let's see what he does. He has a player directly around the corner to his right. I'm sure he's going to pick up the kill to his right. He's going to see him. He's not going to get it at all. He doesn't even hit 1 bullet, and that's going to be the round. It's going to be the 7th round for NetcodeGuides, or 6th round, excuse me, for NetcodeGuides.
I apologize. I think that was my round to cast, and I kind of just stopped. So I got a text about I get to work Thursday night at my bar, and guess what we're doing? Too late. Bikini contest. Hell yes. Anyway, moving into this round here, we have terrorist side, full buy on both teams. So, sorry, not a full buy from both teams. Warden with just a 5-7. Short buy from the CTs. We see at least 2 going A-halls, 2 at mid-stairs, and 1 lurking B. That is FNS. So, CT's looking at a 2A setup, 2B setup, playing passive at mid. Just have, I believe, XP3 spotting it. Yeah, so XP3's at mid, just hanging out, trying to see what the T's are doing. This is a comfortable position for the CTs. I don't personally like contesting mid as either side, but I know for a fact that it can be advantageous depending on what the other team's doing. But you don't want to risk it if you don't have to. They see the smokes and flashes at A, and they probably know that there's some guys on Cat. That's Tarek and Hayes moving up Cat. And they're going to smoke off office and move up towards jail as they are going to swing that bomb back around towards the Bravo site. And Tarek with a huge kill on XP3 through the smoke. That's fun to watch. 2 guys, TM and Storm, trapped inside of B. They need to make a play here as Desi's late to this rotate, but he's here. Anxious to aid his ailing teammates as Storm gets dropped. TM picks 1. Desi gets 1, TM gets a 2nd, not able to pick up a 3rd, so a 1v2 from Desi. They know he's at upper B. The bomb is down, so they have a little bit of time to work with, but 15 seconds is not too much. 10 seconds, he knows the plant's got to come. And Hayes is able to silence him quickly, as that is the 2nd round in a row for NetcodeGuides, and suddenly it's a 13-7 scoreline, and eLevate's on an eco.
I don't even know what happened that round. I was too busy being mad pissed.
Why?
We'll talk about it later. I see you, easy peasy. I see you. I see what you said. Don't think I didn't see that. Anyways, we're going to get back into it. We're going to have an eco coming in from eLevate. We are going to have a couple of mid push. They're going to have a bunch of players coming out mid. Not going to pick up the kills right off the bat. We're going to have 3 players holding the stairs, though, so they're going to have that to contest with. And they're just going to fall off after not being able to connect anything early in that round. And the terrorists are going to be trying to get over towards A, but that is where the stack has moved to for eLevate. And they're not going to have any players up Cat. Those players are going to be in upper for Netcode. So they're going to be coming out. They're going to see the guy behind barrels. XP3 is able to pick up the frag on Hayes. And now it's going to be a man advantage on the eco for eLevate is, FNS is going to pick up a kill. JDM is going to pick up the op kill on Warden. And now it's looking more in favor of NetcodeGuides on this anti-eco. And they're going to still have, there's going to be TM going down. He only had 1 piece of HP. So, 1 piece of HP as a JDM is going to get the kill on Desi, and it's going to all be on Storm. I don't even know what I'm saying this round, but it's all going to be on Storm with his P2000 in hand.
I think he's got this, bro.
He's got it. Yeah, he's just going to run in there.
Full faith. He has confidence. Believe in himself.
Well, I just cursed him, so I'm faster now. See? He died.
Rip in peace. Pepperonis, etc. Oh man. XP3, nice P2000 kill. NetcodeGuides, hashtag trending. Definitely moving up into a. They got the rally caps on. That's 3 in a row. That's called a winning streak. So they're streaking now, but this is a full buy finally from the counter-terrorist side. They have a couple Molotovs, head armor for some. But at the end of the day, this is now where they need to make the stand, as they are going to send the Molotov down lower B, and Tarek's just going to say, you know what, I'm running through it, I don't care. Auto Director is shifting me to an irrelevant place. But flipping back over here, it looks like they're going to back off a B, but they do have Tarek all the way over there at upper already, just lurking beneath that staircase, one at lower. 3 CTs have full rotated to B, and that bomb is still in A halls. Interesting to see that the 2A players are at least, you know, patient enough to wait, see what's going to go on here. They probably know at least one's on cat. They probably have a good sense that at least one's going to be lurking as well. Tarek is out at upper A, or upper B, and TM is going to shut him down. That's a great frag from TM. Had his knife out, spotted him, pulled out his rifle, silenced Tarek, and now it's a 5v4. They probably know it's not a B. They know something's coming up cat. The bomb is on its way. Desi needs to make a stand here. Let's see if he can do it. The A take is on. Well, first kill comes from XP3, a spam through smoke. He's really good at that. On to Hazed. Clearing cat now. A second kill. Gets dinked through the box, but he's able to pick up a third. Oh, sorry, that's TM on a JDM. And now it's a 3-on-1. The streak is over. TM picking up 3 on the round. This guy's having a monster of a match. Already 28 and 11. And the score is now 14-8 in favor of eLevate. And this is fun. This is another buy round from terrorist side, so we're gonna at least get a little bit more action going on here. Big round, because they can break the counter-terrorist money right here. They win this round, and it's gonna be ecos for days for eLevate.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to see what their plan of attack is. They're going to send a bunch of players out mid with that massive mid round that they took earlier. They smoke off the mid connectors. Desi's already picked up 1 though, and that was the bomb carrier, unfortunately. But there's Tar coming in with a massive kill, and there's XP3 trading on JDM though on that catwalk there. So now it's a Tark trapped over in the corner and Molotoved off. He doesn't really have an escape. This is an interesting flash there. I think we had a little lag spike. As they're going to have one player that's going to be, Cutler's already flanked behind, and he's going to be behind that player in A, so he can come through this smoke and pick up the kills for his team. As here he comes, he's going to get the 1 on XP3. He's going to see the player in upper. He's not going to get it, though. Warren is able to pick him up. Warren's able to get a second. He's got one more player inside to deal with. He's going to pull out the pistol, and he's not going to get it right off the bat. Going to have some time to reload, and it's going to be 1 versus 3. And there it is. It's going to be match point right now for eLevate, trying to take this one home right now.
There it is, 15-8. And the terrorists are broke skis. What do you do in this situation? I'm thinking to myself. And the truth is, as a player, maybe that just means I'm bad at the game, but I don't know what to do. I would say maybe rush something, hope for a good trade, but that's probably what they're going to do, is they're all heading towards B right now. And we're going to see whether or not TM and Storm can hold. And that's a Zombler's Rush 5 scene. Get one to upper A and then lurk at B. At least show them that there's one there, and then stall. And so, this is a tough situation. I'm not exactly sure how I would play this if I was the CTs, but I think this is the right call. Rotate 3 over. Just be safe. Play the safe game. See if you can spot anything out for sure. But you know they're hurting for money. You know they're probably going to be sticking together whatever they're doing. So this is probably a good call to put all 3 here. The upper, especially at XP3. Over at that jail side, he's going to be looking at upper, and the smokes are up. JDM catches an op bullet into his side. Storm and TM silence 2 more, 3 more, and so Cutler is in a 1v4 situation over at lower. Get the drop by XP3, and that is the game, ladies and gentlemen.
What a good showing from eLevate. They are just able to just take a good, solid T side, a lot of rounds on T side, and they're just able to hold it down, lock it down after giving up a few on the terrorist side. And it was a really good performance from them, showing them that they are, you know, that one loss to them was kind of a fluke, and they're still a real solid top contender in North America.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, eLevate's always been that on the cusp of greatness, and I think the addition of Desi is probably going to push them over that edge, and they'll probably be seen at LAN this season. But yeah, great match, great showing from eLevate. And I know it wouldn't be a cast with Lex if I didn't advertise my stream. So twitch.tv/LexCS, I'll be streaming all day tomorrow. So please tune in. Please follow me and subscribe. And then you can find me at RGN_Lex. I play for Reliable Gaming, and I do occasionally cast over at the Reliable Gaming Network. So thanks, you guys, for tuning in, and thanks for supporting GoRGN TV, guys.
Well, you heard it from Lex. That about wraps it up for us here. My name's Everest. He's Lex. He plugged his stuff, and I don't really have anything to plug because I'm lame and I don't have any, media stuff. But that's life. But for Lex, I'm Everest, and we bid you guys adieu.
Good night, everyone. I love you. There's another match, is there not? I won't be casting it, but I believe we have one more that we're going to be casting, but I am... Oh, postponed match. Okay, then that's probably going to do it for the night, but don't quote me.
Yeah, I don't think we have enough people staying around. I can't stay any later, so unfortunately.
Alright, gentlemen. Lex out. Good casting with you as always, Everest. Have a good night, man.
Yeah, see you, dude.